Hey everyone, and a huge welcome to this masterclass. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today. I'm putting on my professor hat because we're stepping into the American English Academy for a step-by-step grammar explainer that's going to genuinely change the way you speak. If you've ever felt like your English is, technically correct, but maybe just a little bit too textbook, well, you're in the exact right place. So let's dive right into this. Picture this for a second. You're sitting at this fantastic Italian restaurant, tasting the most incredible pasta. Or maybe you're out shopping and you spot the perfect pair of sneakers. How do you naturally express that excitement and share it with the people around you? Native speakers actually have a secret weapon for these exact everyday moments, and it's called the negative question. And by the end of this class, you're going to be using them as effortlessly as a native speaker does. All right, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Welcome to class. 2. The language formula. 3. Confirming and agreeing. 4. Polite invitations and offers. 5. Practice time. And finally, 6. Subscribe and keep learning. Section 1. Welcome to class. So go ahead and get comfortable, grab a notebook if you want, and let's set the stage here. Have you ever noticed that native English speakers frequently start their questions with negative words? Things like, don't you, isn't it, or haven't we? At first glance, it kind of seems backwards, right? Why start with a negative when you're talking about something positive? Well, decoding this is literally a secret to conversational fluency. Mastering this one thing is going to make you sound completely natural, totally empathetic, and fully plugged into the actual rhythm of everyday English. Section 2. The language formula. Okay, before we can run, we have to know how to walk. So let's look at the mathematical structure of the grammar itself. Now, what's really interesting here is that there isn't just one way to form a negative question. There are two distinct formulas, and choosing the right one is absolutely crucial. The first style is the contracted form. The formula is super simple. It's the auxiliary verb plus int plus the subject. This is the one you're going to use like 99% of the time in common spoken English. The second style is uncontracted. That's the auxiliary verb plus the subject plus not. Now, you only want to use the second one in highly formal situations. And this comparison brilliantly illustrates the difference. Let's look at the spoken example. Aren't these shoes cute? It uses that contracted aren't. It's light, it's friendly, it's exactly what you'd say to a friend at the mall. Now, look at the formal, uncontracted example. Were you not employed by Global Industries in 1998? Wow. Do you hear how incredibly serious that sounds? I mean, it literally sounds like an attorney cross-examining a witness in a court of law. And that is exactly why we want to focus on the contracted forms for our daily conversations. Section 3. Confirming and agreeing. So the crucial point is really knowing when to deploy that contracted formula we just learned. Let's look at our first major application. You might already be pretty familiar with tag questions. For example, saying, "This pasta is delicious, isn't it?" That's a totally great sentence. But did you know you can use a negative question as a direct, punchier alternative? By just moving that negative auxiliary to the front, we get, "Isn't this pasta delicious?" It means the exact same thing. You're just inviting the person across the table to agree with your opinion. It's dynamic, and it just keeps the conversation flowing beautifully. Section 4. Polite invitations and offers. Our second major application is all about making your listener feel incredibly comfortable. We can use negative questions to extend really polite requests, offers, and invitations. For example, "Won't you come in and have a seat?" Or "Won't you have something to drink?" The psychology happening behind the scenes here is fascinating. By phrasing it negatively, it politely gives your speaking partner an easy way out if they want to refuse. It's basically the height of good manners. But notice the vital warning here. Do not use this structure for small, everyday favors. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So here's the small request rule. If you just need a standard favor, like a hand in the kitchen, just use a normal question. Say, "Can you help me make dinner?" Because if you were to say, "Won't you help me make dinner?" it suddenly sounds incredibly dramatic, almost like you're begging or guilting them into it. So save those negative questions for welcoming guests, offering treats, or extending lovely invitations. Section 5. Practice time. All right, class, you've learned the formulas and you know the rules. It is officially practice time. I want you to use the pause and play technique here. So here's your first challenge. Imagine you're eating an amazing dessert. I want you to rewrite this standard opinion into a dynamic negative question. "This homemade apple pie is tasty." Go ahead, pause the explainer for a second, and build that contracted formula in your head. Okay, let's see how you did. The answer is, "Isn't this homemade apple pie tasty?" Fantastic job if you got that. Remember our formula. Auxiliary verb is plus ent, giving us isn't, followed by the subject. You're asking for agreement and sounding exactly like a true native speaker doing it. Let's try one more. This time we're dealing with a polite invocation. Take the phrase, come to the theater with me, and elevate it into a polite negative question. Take a second to pause and work it out. All right, let's check it. The answer is, won't you come to the theater with me? Using won't you is just an incredibly natural, warm, and sophisticated way to extend an invitation in English. It shows excellent manners and really makes the other person feel valued. All right, for our final test, let's pull a multiple choice, quick check straight from our source material. Try to fill in the blank for this spoken conversation. Tanya, were you not there when I set the homework? Everyone else has done it. Is it A, were you not? B, weren't you? Or C, you weren't? Pause if you need a little more time.
And the correct answer is B, weren't you? Congratulations to everyone who spotted that, because this is a casual, spoken conversation between a teacher and student, or maybe two classmates. We definitely want the contracted form, auxiliary plus ent plus subject. If you chose A, were you not, remember, that would turn your classroom into a very serious courtroom.
Section 6. Subscribe and keep learning. You all did an absolutely brilliant job with those exercises today. If you found this step-by-step explainer helpful, please hit that subscribe button to join us here at the American English Academy channel. We are completely dedicated to bringing you clear, structured, and engaging grammar lessons, just like this one, so you can continue building your fluency with total confidence. You definitely don't want to miss out on our upcoming classes. But before we go, I want to leave you with this final thought. Knowledge is only powerful when you actually use it. So, which everyday conversation will you enhance with a negative question today? Will you offer a friend a coffee by saying, won't you have a cup with me? Or will you agree on a great movie by asking, wasn't that amazing? Take this out of the classroom and into the real world right now. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next explainer.